It's an interesting perspective because like we haven't really seen any fallout from this market kind of slowing the way it has. I know some realtors feel like it and some mortgage brokers feel like it, but that's not like the whole thing, right?
And
It's
they'll
the
go somewhere else.
experience of dealing with those little things that come up through doing deals that you're
Yeah.
prepared to do them when they come up in crazy town. Because even in a good market, a lot of the stuff that we're talking about actually happens, right? Those things are happening. Big companies like Frank Leo's dealing like one a year or whatever of everything. Every scenario probably comes up in that place, right? Like there's so many sales that
Some
go
simple
on.
ones, yeah.
But like up market, down market, there's weird, crazy shit going on all over the place. Now is an especially different market. And I was thinking about it earlier today, maybe it was yesterday. A lot of the conversations I'm having with people in my part of the industry are quite somber at the moment. Everybody is very depressed and unsure of what the next move is supposed to be. And so it's an interesting perspective because like we haven't really seen any fallout from this market kind of slowing the way it has. I know some realtors feel like it and some mortgage brokers feel like it, but that's not like the whole thing, right? We obviously started to see some construction workers losing jobs as projects started finishing and new projects not being there for them. But now we're starting to see big consulting firms, right? And other ancillary companies, suppliers, manufacturers, all starting to lay people off. And like, I think now might actually be the beginning of this layoff cycle as it kind of filters into the rest of the economy, right? It was very whatever we felt has been very segregated to the real estate market, but now it's starting to have the ripple effects into the construction and the sub trades and the consulting firms, and it's an interesting place. And so what I was trying to figure out earlier was, how does this rate versus the uncertainty in 2001 when the planes hit the towers, or when COVID hit and the whole world stopped, or in 2006, 7, 8, when depending on what country you were in, when the great financial crisis happened. There's all this uncertainty and the markets froze up. And I don't know if this one is better, worse, indifferent. This one seems, I don't know. COVID was pretty crazy, but then next thing you know, like the world was like on fire. Like everybody was buying everything. Everybody had free money flying at them, right? And so 2008, like it went down, stopped dead, and then like boom, rebounded like crazy, right? 2001 also was like this weird thing happened. Everybody just kind of froze up and then things kind of started happening, although it did coincide with the dot-com crash. So, but again, like, is this like bigger than any of those? Is it smaller? Like, what do you guys think?
Oh boy.
Pass.
You're the
Pass.
guest.
But you're asking the wrong guy. I have no
The
idea.
wrong guy. You're
Though
like an accountant. You're supposed to know everything about
former
numbers.
accountant, I have the letters, but don't ask me to do your taxes. But I always go back to so in during the financial crisis when I was graduating university, that's when I started dabbling in real estate as well. So I have memories of that. But I gotta say, for me, COVID was the scariest thing, and I think a lot of people forget. Like March 16th of 2021 was a very scary time, and the 3 or 4 months that followed, right? So to me, that is the pinnacle in terms of like fear. The stuff we're seeing right now, it's all man-made, right? Like especially the stuff. This is like what we're experiencing is directly because of Trump, right? Because of the tariffs, no tariffs, tariffs, no tariffs. So I think that will be short-lived simply
Is it
because
just
people.
because of Trump though? Sorry to interrupt.
I feel
Well,
like it
no,
was
listen, the
taken
market.
off before that, though. It
No,
was
no, no. The
starting to
market was already
rebound.
slow. No, no, the market was slow. The market was slow. I can pinpoint right down to the date when all this tariff talk started. That is when I started listings. I started noticing listings and activity just go to shit. And you even saw on certain Facebook groups and things like that, realtors asking, "Hey, my buyers are concerned about losing their jobs over the tariffs. What do you have objection handlers?" And I was just laughing. I'm like, "What objection handler? If somebody's scared about losing their job, there's just that's it. Like
Don't
there's
worry,
no
just
objection."
buy. What's the
Yeah.
worst that can happen?
So
We'll rent out the bedrooms.
There's
I
no
I
was
got a
better
laughing.
time to
guy.
buy real
I
estate
got a
than
Absolutely.
guy.
now.
It was hilarious, but you started seeing that kind of trickle in. I think it was end of January, and that's when I started seeing listings, just everything started to slow down. And then it was the snowfall, the March break, and whatever. And I'm seeing it now kind of pick up, okay? But the Trump stuff absolutely impacted that. Like it was a really bad and direct, acute impact to the market. Like you can time it straight to the days of when he started opening his mouth about this stuff, in particular Canada, and then now. But I think people are getting fatigued. Ultimately, things are gonna improve, but they're gonna improve to another low base case of things are not that well, not that good to begin with. Trump just took a bad situation, made it worse, and we're gonna go from worse back to bad, but not good.
Are you looking for the best merch store on the planet? Well, we got the shit for you. Coming in at low prices where we barely make any money off of whatsoever, you can get the greatest real estate merchandise on this platform. Just look at this very flamboyant man putting on this great stuff. He looks great, he's dancing great, and boy does he look sexy in that merchandise. I tell you, buy this for anybody, you buy this for yourself. You will be not only repping the greatest Canadian real estate podcast in this world, but you will also be looking hella good doing it.